Hey, good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at, whatever time zone you're in. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back and staying longer than 2 minutes. This is going to be a short and sweet video. This is just going over our retirement and inflation on what's going on right now, how to protect your retirement from running out of money. Some things you can do so you don't run out of money right now with this crazy bear market we're in right now. So I'm just going to go off this screen, and I think I'm going to go off the screen. There we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about the 4% rule. This is a rule that was developed in 1994, stating something like you can only take 4% of your retirement account every year so you don't run out of money. This was developed by Bengen in 1994, and for example, how it works is the first year of retirement you withdraw 4% from all your tax deferred accounts, your 401, your IRAs. Excuse me, bless me. For every year after that, you would increase the dollar amount by the annual withdrawal from the previous year's inflation rate. So if you have $1 million nest egg and you want to withdraw $40,000 your first year of retirement and the inflation rate is 2%, the second year of retirement would be $40,800. So this is how that works, so you can keep up with inflation. However, the inflation rate is going up so high right now that you would eventually run out of money if you keep trying to keep up with the inflation rate right now. So Kiplinger is forecasting that 8% inflation rate will be by the end of 2022, and I hope that's not true, but that's what they are forecasting. Investment firm Morningstar recently recommended a 3.3 withdrawal rate, even though inflation is going up. That way you don't run out of money. Its recommendation is on an analysis that suggests that above average returns enjoyed before the bear market are likely to be have to lower to last you for the next 30 years. Now, if you're really uncertain, you should get with a financial planner every year or two and go through your money with them so that you don't run out, especially if you're in good health and expected to live to 100. Reducing your withdrawals at a time when everything costs can be more challenging, but in the early years of retirement, trimming your withdrawals by a small amount will reduce the risk that you run out of money. And this is a professor of retirement income at the American College of Financial Services. Okay, that sounds impressive. All right, so another thing you want to do is you want to monitor your investment fees. And leveraging your savings in your employer plan is one of these options. And there are many drawbacks to this strategy. And you may want to consolidate your accounts left with former employers into one IRA. Now, this should work all over the world, by the way, not just for my U.S. people, because I know I do a lot of videos that are specific to the U.S., but it may not work overseas. I don't know, because I'm not sure what the retirement plan is over there. They may not even have to use retirement plans. They might, if you're in a socialistic country where they pay everything for you, then you might not have to worry about this. I don't know. So if you can decide to move your money, you shop around for low-cost funds before you roll your 401k. So you should get with a financial planner if you are not, if you don't know a lot about that. So that's another question you can get with a financial planner and talk about is shopping around for a low-cost fund, maybe annuities, mutual funds, those kinds of things, and which one to put it in so your money will last you. Another thing you don't want to do is overfill your cash bucket. And for this, I mean you use a strategy known as the bucket system to protect themselves from market downturns. With this system, you divide your savings among 3 buckets, and the first is designed to cover your living expenses for the next 3 years. After you tap a pension or an annuity, if you have one, your Social Security, because you need to be able to access the funds at any time. And the money in this bucket is typically stashed in an ultra-safe investment, such as a money market or a bank savings account, where the interest is really low, by the way. The second bucket contains money you'll need for the next 10 years, and these can be invested in short and intermediate bond funds. And these are funds that you really don't need till much later. So you can invest this in some kind of mutual fund where you can leave it in there for 10 years. So you can invest it in assets that are riskier but often potential for long-term growth. So mainly stocks, real estate, or commodities. And the amount you should keep in your cash bucket depends on your individual circumstances. So if you have other sources of income and your tolerance for risk is, you have a tolerance for risk, during unsettling times like right what we're going through now, it may be tempting to increase the amount stashed because you're getting paranoid or anxious, but it won't be buffeted by the market turmoil or global conflicts, because keeping too much of your savings in cash will amplify the risk that you'll run out of money because it's not growing. Although interest rates have been moving higher, the rates on bank savings accounts and money markets are still average and less than 1%. So if you got $10 million in savings, you can move it all into certificates of deposit and live like a king, but most people don't have the luxury to move everything into a conservative asset. So the risk that everyone thinks of when they think of investing is volatility, but for a retiree, one of the biggest risks is that their assets are being eroded by inflation. Oh, I had the wrong picture up there. We were just talking about don't overfill your cash bucket. So the other thing you can do is tap into your home for income, and this includes as we know right now, the housing market is like really crazy, but you could take out a reverse mortgage, a line of credit as early as possible. Homeowners are eligible at age 62. So the line of credit will increase a buffer during the market downturns, providing a source of funds that can help you pay for expenses until your portfolio recovers and we get out of this market. So reverse mortgages are concerned the low interest rates are beneficial. The lower the interest rate, the more you can borrow, and while rates have moved up considerably, they are historically still low, believe it or not. If you're contemplating a reverse mortgage, you may not want to put it off because the rates are expected to continue to rise as the Federal Reserve moves to squelch inflation. So the home prices have been moderating, which means the appraisal you get a few months from now, which will determine the size of your loan, could decline. So taking out a loan now would lock in your home value. So if your portfolio bounces back and you determine you don't need the money, your credit line will increase as if you were paying off the interest on a balance. And while some TV ads may lead you to believe that every senior needs a reverse mortgage, there are definitely downsides. And the upfront costs are high, so you shouldn't take out a reverse mortgage unless you plan to stay in your home for at least 5 more years. If you are the last surviving borrower that sells and you want to stay there more than 12 months, and you're planning, you think you're going to die within the next 12 months to illness, and your heirs want to keep the home, then you'll need to pay off the loan. An HECM reverse mortgage is a non-recourse loan, which means the amount you owe or the heirs own, the home is solid or sold, will never exceed the value of the home. So as long as you remain in the home, you can retain ownership, but you're responsible for paying the taxes and insurance and maintaining the property, which is kind of common sense, right? So the last thing I want to talk about here, because I'm trying to get this around 10 minutes, is to get the most out of your Social Security. If you're anywhere near retirement, then you're eligible to file for Social Security benefits at 62, and you're probably, and this could change from state to state, by the way, because I heard some people tell me they can't get their money out till they're 72. So, this depends. And I don't even know how this is in other countries. I'm basically speaking for the U.S. I don't know if this is the same, how it works in other countries. If you are watching this and then please comment below and let me know. So you're probably aware that you can increase the size of your benefits by waiting until the full retirement age, which is 66. And not 62. So if you wait until 70, you'll maximize your benefits. But one of the things that a lot of financial planners tell you to do is to take it out early and put it in your own mutual fund where the interest rate is higher. So take it out at 62 and move it somewhere else. Now, this is kind of risky as well because you're going to have to pay taxes on it over here in the U.S. if you take it out early. So if the taxes are more than the interest you're going to make, then it really doesn't benefit you to do that. So you would have to definitely get with a financial planner and go through those numbers to see if it would benefit you to wait or to take it out early and invest it in something else where the interest rate is higher, and you may not even lose it, because the rumors in the U.S. are that they will run out of money. The government will run out of Social Security money. Now, these are rumors. So the inflation makes the case for delaying your benefits even more compelling, because the Social Security benefits are adjusted annually based on the cost of living. So the cost of living adjustment will be 9.7, the largest increase since 1981. So you don't forego the cost of living increases by waiting to claim benefits. In fact, they'll compound the amount of benefits you'll ultimately receive. So if you continue postponing benefits after you reach full retirement age, you'll receive an 8% retirement credit for every year. So not everybody can afford to postpone filing for benefits, but if you're married, you may be able to do it both ways. The lower earning spouse could file before full retirement age, and that means a reduction in the spouse benefit. So use that income along with your income from other sources to pay your expenses, while the higher earning benefit gets the biggest boot from delayed credits. This strategy increases the survivor benefits, and a surviving spouse who is at least full retirement age can receive 100% of the deceased spouse benefit. So you might consider taking a lump sum instead of a traditional pension. And that's another way you can help, because traditional pensions aren't adjusted for inflation. So the buying power of your monthly checks will erode over time, but a lump sum can be invested, providing the potential growth that keeps pace with the rising costs. The market downturn offers the opportunity to buy stocks at a lower price, and another factor to take into account is interest rates, because the lump sum payments are calculated on the present value of the monthly payments. So if you use the mortality tables and the interest rates published by the IRS, basically the lower published rates, the higher the lump sum payment. So a final factor to take into consideration is the financial health of who's ever employing you. Are you confident your company is going to be around for the next 30 years? Your employer is required by law to honor your pension contract. So, you need to make sure that's going on. But if your employer files for bankruptcy and the PBGC, which is the Federal Pension Guarantee Benefit Corporation, takes over the plan, you might not receive 100% of your pension, so you were originally promised. So in 2022, the PBGC for a 65-year-old retirees about $75,000, or a joint annuity, which is about $67,000 for the surviving spouse. There are strong arguments in favor of taking guaranteed monthly payments, particularly if you're confident your employer is going to be around. You won't have to worry about running out of money. So, your tolerance for risk factors in many retirements will sleep better sleep better at night if they know they're going to receive a monthly paycheck, even if it's not adjusted for inflation. So, in the case with immediate annuities, which we discussed already, you have a source of guaranteed income to regular expenses. And so don't rule out annuitizing a portion of your nest egg. By converting a chunk of savings into a guaranteed monthly check, immediate annuities or DI, do-it-yourself pension for retirees who might receive one of their employees, instead of waiting on the Social Security Social Security pension here in the U.S. I don't know what other countries use. They might not even have anything like Social Security as we do here, where they automatically take money out for your retirement. But unless you buy an inflation rider, which could reduce your initial payments up to 28%, your payments won't keep pace with the rising cost of living. So you definitely want to get with a financial planner and find out which annuity will work best for you, depending upon your individual. And I am not promoting any specific financial planner on this video right here. If anybody wants to sponsor this here, I can add it in. But however, as of right now, some ads might come up on this video for financial planners. You can contact me on my website if you are in need of one. But if you're getting ready to retire, before you even retire, you should have that all in place. Have everything laid out so you can make sure that you can survive without working. Me, on the other hand, I will be working until I die or till my body and mind give out. But that's just me because I'm kind of a workaholic. So, but if you don't want to do nothing and you want to enjoy life and go fishing every day or whatever it is you do, and you still have that money coming in, then that's awesome. You can help the rest of us. All right, I thank everybody, all my subscribers, because we did make it to the 25K. And I just want to say before I conclude that you also need to have a plan for your medical expenses, because I didn't do a little picture of that on here, but that's also important because as you get older, you might need more medical expenses. So unfortunately, that will go up. So you need to make sure you have that also if you talk to a financial planner on it. You need to break down how much prescription medication you need, how much you're paying. Do you have a health savings plan that will help with cover the costs of the taxes and some of your health care costs, your doctor visits? Fidelity Investment estimates a 65-year-old will spend $315,000 in after-tax savings to cover health care. Now let's hope everybody is not in that situation, because that's a little crazy. So many HSAs allow you to invest contributions to help with your medical expenses. All right, I just wanted to throw that in there because that is important, and it's definitely part of your retirement plan. This did go over the time. I don't know if I lost half of you. I probably did. So anybody who stayed with me till the end, thank you so much.